Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go from Lambeau. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Fresh set of downs here.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Right, left, shift.
They'll run for the first time with Lacey. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap. And the intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And Cook has it left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
That coach is always hard on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rap.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now a first down carry, it's Lacey. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And brought in by the tight end Cook. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Caught by Nelson left side. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Back to the ground, it's Lacey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Going to sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. A couple of years ago, Cobb signed that 4-year, $40 million deal. Since then, the numbers have been down a little bit, although last year only played 13 games. Yeah, and I wouldn't be as concerned with the numbers dropping if I were a Packers fan, because remember, Davante Adams has developed as a player, and his numbers have gone up. You got Jordy Nelson back to full health in 2016. He's going to catch a lot of passes, almost caught 100 in that season. Jared Cook at tight end. That's a new weapon Green Bay didn't have for a while. And don't forget, Randall Cobb spent some time as a running back when all the injuries hit the backfield. So his versatility is still a major plus for Green Bay. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game. And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just
telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards on the pickup, and that leads to a Dallas first down.
Partner, I know you call it play-by-play, but you know your ball. If I throw these numbers at you, all right, 6 yards shy of 2,000 of total yards from scrimmage for a rookie running back. What do you think?
Sounds like me in high school.
Sounds like you doing it.
It's really fascinating. He did that as a rookie. Where do you go from here? I mean, can you keep going up from those numbers your sophomore campaign?
I think that you can. He's had examples of that preceding him in the NFL. Some guys are in the Hall of Fame right now. Remember, he had 16 total touchdowns because it's not just his ability to run it. He can catch it out of the backfield as well. No one plays harder than this guy does, down in and down out. I think he's just going to keep getting better.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and got the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Throwing. Prescott. He hits Beasley right side. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. I'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. A glance back at 2016 for Dez Bryant. 50 receptions, under 800 yards, had 8 touchdowns. What do you make of the season that Dez had?
Well, remember, it started with Dez injured, so it took a little while for him to get started. I'm going to make a bold prediction for you. Would not shock me at all if he doubled his catch number next year and darn near doubled his receiving yardage total. Because if he's healthy all year long, they're going to want to take some pressure off of the run game themselves, and Dak Prescott in his second season should be that much more confident throwing it downfield.
A second down throw for Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. In motion here is Witten. Carry by Elliott. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll try to throw now. Prescott steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. So that one, a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the rookie Ezekiel Elliott able to finish it off with a touchdown run. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Will they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing.
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now. But he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
And now here come the Cowboys. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense.
Here we go!
Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You see a little more back to the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38!
Prescott now on second down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here we go! Brand 38! Ohio! Check back, check back. Flex round! Flex round!
On third down, it's Prescott. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now fourth down. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on the line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They come up in an offset eye. Now a pitch out to Lacey. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Rodgers now to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? when the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down following the run. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. A dump off to Lacy. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on first down. This throw caught around the 6. That one goes for 16 yards and sets him up first and goal.
And the 2016 NFL Comeback Player of the Year was Jordy Nelson. He had a fantastic year after the knee injury in 2015. Well over 1,000 yards again. And once again, he's the #1 target for Aaron Rodgers.
NFL high 14 receiving touchdowns. What dimension does he add that makes them so good on offense?
Dependability as well as speed. Jordy Nelson's the type of guy who can run any route you want, yet he can also take the top off of a defense, as we like to say, by running past people. It's a heck of a combination to deal with. Plus, Aaron Rodgers knows when he gets in trouble, he just looks for Jordy Nelson, and 9.9 times out of 10, he'll find a way to get open.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal. Couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go. Man 38.
Second down, Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Give him 30 yards there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards on the pickup. And it'll be a Dallas first down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Let's go, Ohio! Ohio! Let's go! Man 38! Ohio!
From the red zone now, Prescott. That's complete right around the 8. Williams loses the football. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dez Bryant from 13 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Our eyes shift to the defense of the Cowboys now. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger-pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit.
He's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Left side. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air. Or
Got three down. Hey, 88.
on second down, here's Rodgers. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Check 27. Eyes on 27.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
When any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Single. 18. Blue 58 to London. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. Shot before half for Rodgers. They can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Let's go! 1-9! Ohio!
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing. Prescott. Out left side here to Bryant. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
Here we go! Ohio! Come on, let's go!
Prescott looks to throw on first. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Tackle made by Demarius Randall. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They go to Elliott again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Here's Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Now Prescott on fourth down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. And they're not able to convert on fourth down. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine. You know, that's heading into...
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church, and he'll take this back down inside the 20. And that interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turn to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ivey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds. I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward to get the first down.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goal post.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball. There you go.
Now the Packers get set to go. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play caller. Because at 1-play
rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He sets to fire deep. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
He's going to try and go deep again. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's Jacob Shum now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down, Elliott. Room here to run. Cuts it out here after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard them over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
One man in the backfield, Elliott.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Let's go! Get loud! I want to hear it!
Back now at Lambeau. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. They come up in an offset out. Here's Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Here we go!
They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. These short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action until the football. Control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And after that,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clay Matthews in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be fourth down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs up you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And on third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. On the toss, here's Lacey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be fourth down.
From this vantage point, that seems like a pretty dangerous call, running a toss that close to your own goal line. I think what they were hoping is that they were going to get some pressure from the defensive front and maybe beat them to the corner and then turn upfield with a lot of yardage to run.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers got to have this one. It's caught. Nelson. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line.
I remember pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They go play action for Lacey. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And quickly, they get to the line. Rodgers now on first down. His throw incomplete.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when line bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. They go play action here on first down. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line.
After a legal play, the line on the field is reversed.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
Now the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
26. Switch. 319. 319.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brandon Carr. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They're in a good spot. Two-possession game, barely, but a two-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run with Elliott. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Bryant, the lone receiver left. Prescott, he completes it to Bryant. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
The D can only stop it 1 more time as they take the knee. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter